Arsenal has received a new twist amid ongoing transfer links to the £86 million star Viktor Gyokeres. What is Edu Gaspar planning? And Arsenal fans have been hit with worrying news about Martin Odegaard, which is causing a huge stir online. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest Arsenal news straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Viktor Gyokeres continues to prove why Arsenal have been so closely linked with him, with the Swedish striker showcasing remarkable form this season. After missing part of last season due to injury, there were concerns about whether he could reach his best level again. However, he's dispelled those doubts by scoring 7 goals and providing 1 assist in just 4 league games for Sporting CP. His impressive form has carried over into the international break, where he added 3 goals and 2 assists in 2 UEFA Nations League games for Sweden. With such performances, it's becoming increasingly clear that Arsenal may regret not moving earlier to secure the 26-year-old striker in the transfer market. His goal-scoring ability and physical presence could have been a game-changer for the Gunners this season. Viktor Gyokeres set for new contract bonus. Arsenal's pursuit of Viktor Gyokeres could face a slight setback due to the latest news surrounding his contract at Sporting CP. While the Swedish striker's current deal runs until 2028, with a hefty release clause of around £86 million, Sporting are reportedly preparing to offer him a pay rise as a reward for his performances. The good news for Arsenal is that this new deal won't extend the contract length or increase the release clause, but it does mean that the Gunners might need to offer more lucrative personal terms if they want to tempt Gyokeres away. With the January transfer window approaching, it remains to be seen if Mikel Arteta or Edu Gaspar will make a serious move for the informed forward. Viktor Gyokeres' stance on transfer. While the potential pay rise for Viktor Gyokeres at Sporting CP may complicate Arsenal's pursuit, the player's openness to a move offers some hope. In a recent interview with Sport Blade Asterisk, Gyokeres expressed his ambition to play at the highest level, signaling that he would be open to a transfer if the right offer comes along. He acknowledged that his release clause is high, which likely hindered a move this past summer. However, his comments about potentially testing himself in a higher league suggest that a transfer in the future, particularly next summer, is still possible. Arsenal would need to meet Sporting's £86 million release clause to make the deal happen. Despite the high price, Gyokeres' form and openness to a move could push Arsenal to make a serious offer, especially if they need attacking reinforcements. Thomas Partey could now do something versus Tottenham that he's never done before at Arsenal. Arsenal will face Tottenham Hotspur in a crucial North London derby, aiming to bounce back from a frustrating one draw against Brighton. Mikel Arteta is eager to secure a win after dropping points, but the team faces a challenging situation with up to 7 key players potentially unavailable due to injuries or suspensions. One key player who will be available, however, is Thomas Partey. The Ghanaian midfielder could make some personal history in this derby. Known for his presence and influence in midfield, Partey's return could be vital as Arsenal look to dominate the midfield battle against their fierce rivals. If he performs well, it could be a turning point for the Gunners this season. Thomas Partey has entered his 5th season at Arsenal, having joined from Atletico Madrid in a high-profile transfer on deadline day in 2020. When Partey arrived, there were high expectations that he would be the key to elevating Arsenal's midfield to new heights. However, his time at the club has been marred by persistent injuries, with the Ghana international missing a staggering 80 games for both Arsenal and Ghana. Despite this troubling injury record, Partey is now fully fit, and there's hope that this season could be different. He has yet to complete an entire campaign without significant setbacks, and this might be his chance to finally do so. If Partey can maintain his fitness, he could play a pivotal role in Arsenal's push for success this season, something he's struggled to do in previous years. Thomas Partey has had an impressive start to the 2024-25 season, featuring in Arsenal's first 3 Premier League games and completing the full 90 minutes in each. This marks a significant shift for the Ghanaian midfielder, who has never managed to play in the first 4 league games of a campaign since joining Arsenal. In previous seasons, Partey has struggled with injuries early on, often missing the start of the season entirely. However, this time around, he's fit and ready, and it seems highly likely he'll break that streak by featuring in the North London derby against Tottenham on Sunday. It's a positive sign for both Partey and Arsenal as they look to keep their momentum going. Partey could suddenly become Arsenal's most important player versus Tottenham. Arsenal face significant challenges ahead of the North London derby with key players unavailable. Declan Rice is suspended, Mikel Merino is sidelined until October, and there are concerns over Martin Odegaard's fitness after he picked up an ankle injury playing for Norway. This situation places immense responsibility on Thomas Partey's shoulders. With Arsenal's midfield options depleted, Partey will need to be at his very best to control the game against Tottenham. His ability to dominate the midfield could be crucial, and if he performs well, Arsenal have a strong chance of securing a positive result on Sunday. Arsenal fans have been hit with worrying news about Martin Odegaard, which is causing a huge stir online. Arsenal's preparations for the North London derby have taken a hit as club captain Martin Odegaard is now a doubt after picking up an injury while playing for Norway. Mikel Arteta is already facing the absence of several key players, with Declan Rice suspended following his red card against Brighton and Mikel Merino sidelined due to a shoulder injury. Arsenal have reached out to Norway's medical team for an update on Odegaard, but early indications suggest it's unlikely he'll be fit to play against Tottenham. Despite this, former Chelsea defender Frank Leboeuf believes it might be too soon to completely rule out the midfielder. Martin Odegaard told he can still feature for Arsenal versus Tottenham. Speaking on ESPN, the former France international gave his verdict on Odegaard's injury, recalling his own experiences with similar issues. The 56-year-old stated, "No, it's not good news, but I've twisted my right ankle 16 times and my left ankle 15 times. If it's not a fracture, if your bone is not touched. I was called a soft player in England. If you are quite strong, you do the strap. If you're in an important game, you're going to be on the field. It's what I think. It might damage your ligament for after the football, but during that time, you can handle it. If you strap well, you can play with it. I'm pretty sure they can sort Odegaard's problem out, and hopefully he can play for the Gunners." Should Arsenal take a risk with Martin Odegaard? Whilst it is potentially true that Odegaard could be nursed through this derby clash with strapping and injections, he would surely struggle to produce his best, and there would be a major risk of aggravating the injury. If the price of playing Odegaard against Spurs is that he is then kept out of action for an extended period afterwards, then Arteta will surely turn to other solutions and refrain from calling upon the former Real Madrid man at all. There are other midfield solutions for Arteta to consider, with the likes of Jorginho, Thomas Partey, Ethan Nwaneri, and Kai Havertz, amongst others, offering potential answers. In any case, despite Leboeuf's convictions, it is hard to imagine Arteta rolling the dice on Odegaard this weekend, given that the skipper will be a key player for the Gunners for the rest of the season. Inter Milan are keeping a really close eye on £19 million Arsenal player ahead of January transfer window. According to Italian outlet Inter Live, Inter Milan are keeping an eye on Arsenal right back Takehiro Tomiyasu. The Serie A giants have identified Tomiyasu as a potential replacement for Jan Bisek, who's not convinced Simone Inzaghi. The Japan international is currently recovering from injury and is yet to feature for Mikel Arteta's side this season. Arsenal reportedly value Tomiyasu at around £12.6 million, and it's even suggested that a loan with an obligation to buy could be enough to convince Chiefs. Whether Arteta would be happy with that deal remains to be seen though. It seems unlikely. Arsenal's main priority in January must be to bring in a specialist number 9, as that's the weakest area of the squad as it stands. The potential sale of Tomiyasu could help to facilitate a move to sign Sporting's Viktor Gyokeres, or perhaps Lille's Jonathan David, who'd be a cheaper option, likely below £25 million. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.